The film explicitly is about the fight for Coal River Mountain between the coal company that wants to blow it up and the locals want to stop them and build a wind farm instead. And implicitly, it's a fight about our energy future. But it begins to ask these questions in a sense. How does citizen democracy work? How should it work? What role does the press have to play in supporting it? Why are politicians and corporations colluding to stop citizen democracy? And that story inevitably leads you to Bobby Kennedy. Bobby Kennedy's work over 27 years, and as exemplified in his book Crimes Against Nature, has kind of captured the notion that these two things, our democracy, our real democratic principles, and our support of the environment, are really interwoven at their core. And then his adventuring spirit and willingness to kind of stand up to power with his richly articulate voice and defend the rights of people who may not be quite as capable of speaking for themselves. I found this a very dramatically engaging story.
When we destroy the environment, we're not just destroying a little piece of real estate, that all the values that our country represents and that we treasure are at stake. Yeah, we are destroying Appalachia, and that's criminal. We've over 10 years, we've plowed down, blown up 1.4 million acres, an area larger than the state of Delaware. We buried 2,200 rivers and streams. We've cut down 500 of the biggest mountains in West Virginia. We explode a Hiroshima bomb of explosives every week in West Virginia.
Coal is sort of like a layer cake. You've got a layer of rock, a layer of coal, a layer of rock, a layer of coal. And they just keep this process up until they literally reduce the mountain to rubble.
This is not producing prosperity for the communities. It's producing poverty and environmental destruction. The richest state in the Union has the 49th poorest people. Democracy is also being trampled in the state. Wherever you see large-scale injury to the environment, you'll also see the destruction of democracy. You'll see the end of transparency in government, and that's sacrifice because what they're doing is illegal, so they have to do it secretly. You see the capture of the agencies that are supposed to serve the American public and protect us from these polluting industries. Instead, they become the sock puppet and the instruments of those industries, and you'll see the wholesale corruption of political officials, from the judges of West Virginia to the elected officials, and ultimately even the press. And the land and the values that we love are all being sacrificed, and the same story can be told anywhere where you see large-scale environmental destruction, but it can't be told anywhere with the kind of graphics and catastrophic Armageddon-like destruction that, as the story now being told in West Virginia. We have abundant energy in this country, renewable power that is patriotic, that will produce prosperity. We just need leadership that will pursue that rather than be the slaves of the incumbents. And it's going to happen because the market's going to drive us there. The question is, how fast is it going to happen?
We live in a very intelligent country that has the ability to create energy without blowing up mountains.
We're looking at a proposal now to construct a wind farm in Coal River Mountain.
That's our last mountain. That's the last one we have.
Corporations do not want democracy. They want profits.
They're bound and determined to knock the mountain down. We're bound and determined to stop it.
It's either them or Massey, and Massey's been winning for a long time.
Coal is mean, coal's cruel, and coal kills. The American people need to find their position. You're connected to coal, whether you realize it or not. Everybody's connected to this, and everybody's causing it, and everybody's allowing it.
Let them hear your voice in that building back there!
If the American people could see it, there'd be a revolution in this country.